Jai Baba. Today, before I begin my poetry, I'm going to read some quotes, both from Ramakrishna, the 19th century Hindu perfect master, who lived, I think he might have passed away 1886, I think. And I'm going to read from a book called The Sayings of Ramakrishna. But if you haven't read this book, The Gospel of Ramakrishna, you're missing something. This is a standalone book in spiritual literature. And it's wonderful in the sense that the master, Ramakrishna, uses every opportunity through parables, through talks, through what's happening with his friends, his disciples, to talk about his beloved, God. So this book also I particularly like because it was owned by my good friend Bob Brown, and his wife Jane Brown gave it to me after he passed. Bob and I read this book together when we lived together some 45 years ago, and I still remember our amazement at certain things in the book. And of course, some of you know Victory Unto Thee, those words are taken from this book. Bob put them to music. What a wonderful song. So, just a few quotes from the sayings of Ramakrishna. O heart, call out truly to thy Almighty Mother, and thou shalt see how she will come quickly running to thee. When one calls out to God with all one's heart and soul, he can no longer remain unmoved. Dear friend, the more I live, the more I learn every day of the mysteries of love and devotion. The wind of God's grace is incessantly blowing. Lazy sailors on this sea of life do not take advantage of it. But the active and the able always keep their minds unfurled to catch the friendly breeze and thus reach their destination very soon. So long as one does not become simple like a child, one does not get divine illumination. Forget all the worldly knowledge that thou hast acquired, and become as ignorant as a child, and then wilt thou get divine wisdom. And some quotes on love from Meher Baba. If anything ever touches my universal heart, it is love. I have crossed the limited earthly oceans to bring to you all the limitless and shoreless divine ocean of love. Those who do not dare to love me seek safety on the shores. You who have been loving me are swimming in the divine ocean. Love me more and more till you get drowned in me. Dive deep, and you will gain the priceless pearl of infinite oneness. I have come to receive your love and to give you mine. He who loves God becomes God. To love God as he ought to be loved, we must live for God and die for God, knowing that the goal of life is to love God and find him as our own self. To realize God, we must love him, losing ourselves in his infinite self. Love is a gift from God to man. Pure love is matchless in majesty. It has no parallel in power, and there is no darkness it cannot dispel. And now some poetry, recent poetry. This moment with you. Sometimes I can hear the ocean, the surf pounding on the shoreline. I pause whatever I am doing and listen. It is such a timeless, haunting sound. Sometimes I hear nothing at all. Maybe a dog barking somewhere in a fenced yard. I keep writing until my pen stops, even if I don't have much to say at the moment. Then a memory comes calling. Maybe I was 9 years old, standing in my family yard. It is nighttime, and I look up at a cloudless, starry sky. The moon is full and nearly orange as it rises. How many times have I witnessed the same thing? Each time somehow different and yet the same. What is memory but the absence of the present moment? Everything but you falls away into the nothingness it is. Ever beautiful it is, this moment with you. Ever fresh, ever green, as the poets might say. Some things are perhaps best left unsaid. How can I ever express what transpires between us? You are in every word, line, and stanza I write. You are in the ink and the pen. Right now, I see only you, looking back at me from this tear-stained page. The gates of paradise. Last night, I left this world behind. The gates of paradise were open wide. Was that an angelic choir I heard? I realized it was your silence singing. My heartbeat synchronized with your name. You showed me your treasure chest. As I looked, it opened before me. Divine light flooded my every pore. How can I reveal what transpired between us? As if you became me and I became you. And who would believe it anyway? With love, there is no rhyme or reason. When I awoke, I fumbled for pen and paper. In the darkness, I was unsteady on my feet, my moorings unhinged, my hand trembling. I cannot begin to write what can't be written. This much I know. The beloved is always with us. Last night he sang me a lullaby, waking me from this too earthly dream sleep. I felt like Ebenezer Scrooge opening his eyes on Christmas morning. God only knows what today will bring. Maybe a little smile at the corners of my mouth. Or maybe I will appear as if disinterested. Last night I left this world behind. You can tell I have a rich dream life. Yeah. Evermore. Last night you sang to me all night long. The ear within heard your honeyed voice. Your song evoked something ancient, yet so familiar. My heart broke open, and your treasure was revealed. I cannot contain or restrain myself any longer. Everything speaks of you. I listen every moment for your sweet singing. Your music fills my empty vessel. All I do is repeat your name. My heart's tongue never rests. Oh, beloved, what has happened to me? I am seeing you in unexpected places. You still my mind so I can hear you. I know you are here, but I cannot see you. What is this light that fills my room? My heart has broken much too often. Somehow I do the best I am able. I know by your grace I can do better. Right now the world is sleeping. I am restless, listening for you. You have given me everything I can imagine, and still I yearn for so much more. I cannot begin to fathom your infinite love. All I can do is love you evermore. For my dear friends. Tell me something, dear friends. Are you like the rest of us? Does your mind run in circles? Does your heart remain caged in your chest? May your mind take vacation in a temple of grace. May your heart trek the high mountains of love. May your every moment be spent in quiet devotion. May you always stand and gaze upon his face. There is a world within this world, and there is a heart within this heart. We all have a secret garden within us. The beloved has the key that unlocks the gate. Say his name with every breath. This is what you came here for. Remember him with every step you take. Repeat his name until it is the last thing you do. Nothing exists without his name. Illusion perishes, Maya disappears. His name, morning, noon, and night. His name dissolves all that is not. O beloved, I see you taking form as my pen moves through this dark night. When the morning comes, may the light of your word illumine this page with your divine effulgence. By your grace, I am stringing together these words to please you. A bouquet of flowers, a garland to grace your neck, some perfumed petals falling at your lotus feet. O beloved, make these words a garden of praise. This praise speaks of separation from you. I long for the day when this is not true. For the day my dreaming is done, for the end of this endless night. You are my companion and truest friend. Whenever I call out to you, you are there. You have instructed me in the language of the heart. You are everything I wish to say. I wish to say what can't be said, that all might know what you are to me. O beloved, you are in every particle of existence. O dearest Mayhair, you are Adi Shakti. By your grace, I will continue to attempt the impossible, to paint your divinity with the blood of my heart, to draw your picture with the dust unbecoming, to love you as you wish me to love. I use that term in here. It just came to me, Adi Shakti, and it's something that struck me when Aposny in 1922 said to Baba, you are Adi Shakti, the primal power, the supreme power. You are the avatar of the world, he said.
I recognize it from that.
After the storm, so I wrote this after the storm that we had that affected everywhere, the whole southeast, and it was unexpected. So I wrote this poem titled After the Storm. A Carolina wren and a chickadee are singing. Their cheerfulness is contagious. Many others take up the joyful chorus. The news has traveled far and wide. The butterflies are more numerous. The yellow stands out against the green and the blue. Dreamlike they dance on the mid-morning air. Their erratic movement so natural and purposeful. The sounds of chainsaws signals relief, an attempt at harmony. There is a melody behind it all. The intent is concerted, coordinated, reciprocal. An old hound sniffs the air, content with the augur of new beginnings. He surveys his surroundings, makes first steps into a new life. Our world is an ever-changing landscape, sculpted and shaped by unseen hands, for our benefit, for our higher good, whether we know it or not. This world has weathered innumerable storms. Our history is checkered, our geography pocked. Our Lord is always cleaning us up. Our God is a merciful, healing God. The hug you receive from your child, your grandchild, your spouse, your lover, your friend, your neighbor, your dog, that embrace comes directly from beloved God. I bow down. Last night, tired of too much dreaming, I wake myself. Dream characters, dream language, dream situations. Tired of saying what I say before I say it, I wake myself and call out to you, repeatedly saying your name. Sleep reclaims me. A slumbering, significant second dreaming ensues. Discarding my dream shoes very carefully, I dream walk 77 steps. Each step I say your name out loud. Arriving at your eternal resting place, my forehead and hands touching the warm stone wall that houses your cloak form tomb shrine. Leaving everything behind, I cross the threshold. Kneeling down, my head on the cool marble, my mind departs. My heart beats silently within. You are so close, there is no separation. I bow down to Meher Baba, God-man. I bow down to the beyond God, whence he came. I bow down to the heart within, where he resides. I bow down to God the Beloved. As I awake a second time, the samadhi dissolves with the dawn's light. Meher Baba left his treasure in the most sacred place. Meher Baba, ever present in the heart of his lover. This next one I wrote for my grandson, John Michael, 10 years old. He recently visited us, as he does every fall with his family in the mountains in Sapphire. It's titled Time Flies Away. Before his bedtime, my grandson asks, "Granddad, how come every day here seems like only 1 minute?" I smile and say without thinking, "When you are happy, time flies away." Later, at my bedtime, I look to you, telling you as always the highlights of the day. You smile and silently listen. I turn off the light and leave the world behind. This morning, the crystalline light shining, the autumnal show picture perfect, a 3/4 moon hanging like an exclamation point. My grandson looks out at your beauty. I ask him if he is happy. He smiles and answers, "Yes, I am happy." I ask if he slept well. He says, "Yes, I slept well." I asked what he did when he first woke up. He says, "I went to Baba's photo and said, "Good morning, Baba." Patting his arm, I smile as we look out the window together. Our beloved makes each one happy. The innocent, unthinking one knows the secret. There is nothing but truth, love, purity, and beauty in the heart that is one with him. Just remembering, just came to me. Nita will remember this. We were at Bank of America. I think John Michael was 5 years old. And before we got out of the car, Walter Witkowski was walking out of the door of the bank. And I said to John Michael, I said, "This is my friend, Walter." And so I put down the window, and Walter saw us and came over to the window. And John Michael said, "J Baba, Walter." Remember that, Anita? Yeah. Yeah. I see you. You, the silent one, have graced me with these words. My heart's voice rises within my chest. O beloved, manifest yourself through this pen. Make what is hidden visible. Reveal your eternal truth. Night covers itself with a blanket of darkness. Day births the light of your sun. You bring harmony to this play of opposites. All of creation contains your endless bliss. This morning, sitting on the side of the bed, I watched a gray, overcast, cloudy sky. Suddenly a stream of sunbeams appeared. Rays of light shone through a mist of rain. I stood and looked out the window. A patch of blue stood out against the steely gray. My spirit leaped, my pulse quickened. For a moment, I forgot who and where I was. The more I remember you, the more I see you. The more I see you, the more self-forgetful I become. Help me, beloved, to forget myself completely. Shower your tender mercies upon me. Today, I see you in a drop of rain. I see you in a leaf seesawing through the air. I see you in the gray and in the blue. I see you, beloved, manifesting in all and everything. There's a great song that I loved when I was a child and when I was an adolescent. It was by a group called the Harp Tones. And I think the song came out in the mid-50s, maybe late 50s. It's titled "Life is But a Dream." If you have an opportunity, Google it and play it. The words are just, it's a Baba song for sure. This is titled "Life is But a Dream." In this dream, another day passes. Something happens. One thing leads to another. There is no past and no future. Oh, beloved, you are my every moment. Still, this dream persists. I light a candle before your image. All day and night the candle glows. My love for you waxes but never wanes. Life is but a dream, so the old song goes. If dream we must, let us dream of you. As a child, I would hear my mother sing, row, row, row your boat. I have done so all these years, though some streams have not been so gentle. Oh, beloved, I am dreaming beyond myself. In my dreaming, I seek only you. It is an unending stream where everything happens, and it all leads to you. I know, beloved, you are dreaming along with me, you who are awake for all time. Let me awaken and step outside this dreaming. As you say, you and I are not we, but one. Oh, and we've come to the last one. This was occasioned by a trip to the cardiology office last week. It's titled Right on Cue. I remember Sister Bernadine writing words on the blackboard. Every day, new and more words. One by one, standing by our desks, we repeated the words. Some of us even knew the meaning of the words. 2 nurses take my vitals, take my EKG. One of them keeps looking at you on my pendant, the pendant with your smiling face, the one I wear under my clothing next to my heart. We wait 40 minutes for the results. 2 new nurses appear and deliver the news. They appear concerned, uneasy. They tell us the situation is emergent. We listen as best we can. 2 blocks, stage 2, chambers of the heart. A litany of associated symptoms. Somehow, all I can do is remember you. I realize I am nodding and smiling. I have been remembering you all along. I have been remembering you throughout. I tell them I will do it, whatever it might be. I step down from the examining table. Anita opens the door and we walk down a hall. I see an exit sign and we push through another door. The air is soft and the sky is so blue. I hear an orchestra playing as we walk to the car. The song and words seem so familiar. The music stops as the car doors close, as if everything is right on cue. And with beloved Baba, everything is right on cue. Jai Baba.